Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
I'm used up, growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth, but hiding all the lies. And don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you, and to someone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Let's look in the kitchen and the living room. Nothing to find but what's left from a really great time that wasn't any of mine. Running away feels like a storm. Let's throw our problems out the door today. Well, I'm finding things clear to me. But don't go thinking I'm being myself. I got other things on my mind, not you or anyone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Whoa, make me see the things on the inside. 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 Don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you and to someone else. This isn't where I wanna be.
All I want is to be loved.
All I want is you. All I want is to be from somewhere, an address for me and you. Sometimes it feels impossible to get along. It feels impossible to get along. Again, I'm living with my family. Again, I'm feeling blue. Again, you've made me question our love. Again, with you, sometimes it feels impossible to get along. It feels impossible to get along. Sometimes it feels impossible. So now I sit alone in silence, waiting to hear from you. I pray there's something left inside us. If it's broken, I've got some glue. I'll fix it all for you. Fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. It all for you. But it feels impossible to.
She asked me maybe if I could share her sorrow for all the men that tried to treat her wrong. You're just a baby awaiting her tomorrow. It's rock me baby all night long. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a promised land. Hang on till then, as best as we can. Everybody else, you know, it fills her with compassion. That's why she tries to save the world alone. She helps the needy in her own fashion and tries to give them all her own. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sports World Radio, the NFL Real Talk. That's right, nothing but NFL Real Talk, brought to you by Sports World Radio. That's right. So I want to welcome everybody to the NFL Real Talk show. We got nothing but NFL Real Talk going on here all show long. In the second half of today's show, Sean and I will give out our NFL picks for week 12 coming up, so get ready for that. And speaking of Sean, before we bring him in, I want to let everybody know you can listen to all the shows here on Sports World Radio, on even the NFL Real Talk, on SportsWorldRadio.com, also on HonestAnswerRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter over there on I'm all screwed up right now. Follow us over there on Facebook, on Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And follow us on Twitter, over there on Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. No O in World. That's right, kids. No O in World on Twitter. So it's SportsWorldRadio. Follow us on Twitter. No O in World. Sports World Radio. You can also chime in if you want. Head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. Hit the call me now. That's only for people who have Skype. If you have your Skype attached and you got your phone, your headset all hooked up and everything, and you're all ready to go, and you don't like what we're talking about, or you disagree, or you agree with us, head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. Click the red button that says Call Now, and you will be patched right into the show if you have your Skype on. With all that being said, what do you say we bring in the second half of Sports World Radio and NFL Real Talk, Mr. Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, Schmeds?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody. It is Saturday, November 23rd, 2013. Currently, the time is 10:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 7:06 p.m. on the West. It's been a beautiful day, doing really well. Just can't complain. Kind of relaxed today, Jeff. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Weather's finally freaking nice out here. It didn't rain today, or at least the 3 hours or the 4 hours I had of daylight. But it's nice. No rain today, not like it was yesterday for yesterday's show. All right, so what do you say with NFL Real Talk? Where are we going?
Okay, the NFL Real Talk. As you all know, yesterday was Friday, November 22nd. Jeff and I, of course, ended the show. We didn't get a chance to discuss this very much with the NFL Real Talk. This has been an issue that has been discussed. As you all know, Jeff and I do not talk a lot about tragedies that happen. Well, 50 years ago yesterday was the 50th anniversary of when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, and this debate has still been big 50 years later, the decision to play the NFL games. Jeff, your take.
I thought he made the right decision, personally. I mean, I wasn't born yet, but I watched all the stuff over that was coming on over the last couple of days and everything, and I watched that thing that he had. I personally thought he made the right decision. I thought that was the right. If the President of the United States probably would have wanted them to play, so I thought he made the right decision. And for the rest of his life, he didn't think he made that right decision.
For Pete Rozelle, years later, he would wonder if it was right to play the games. He said it was the worst decision of his NFL career, deciding to play the games, because he was commissioner from 1960 to 1989. He was a friend of JFK. He was a very close friend of JFK's press secretary, Pierre Salinger.
Right, and Pierre Salinger told him that JFK would have wanted you guys to play this weekend, so that's why they did.
The team that also received a lot of hatred that weekend was the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas became the city of hate, and everywhere they went years later, they continued to get booed, even though they originally were called America's team.
Yeah, well, it's not their fault. They just did what the commissioner told them to do, as far as I'm concerned. Not their fault.
That weekend, the Cowboys went to Cleveland.
Yeah, I know. They
took on
didn't
the
even play.
Cleveland
I know.
Browns.
They didn't even play at home, so what's the freaking problem?
Problem is that even if they would have played at home, there would be no mood to play in Dallas, of course. And, of course, they went on the road. They played the Browns. They arrived that Friday night, and nothing but hatred the Dallas Cowboys went through. Actually, it was today, actually, and Tom Landry was their coach. You got to keep in mind, the Dallas Cowboys were a team that was just not a good football team back in those days. It took Landry a while until they kind of got better. The teams that actually were doing well 50 years ago were the Packers.
Yeah, well, they're not doing well now, are they?
No, the Packers, of course, had Vince Lombardi, Max McGee, and they had Bart
Vince Lombardi
Starr.
didn't want to play the game back then either, but the commissioner made everybody play the game. I happen to think it was the right decision.
I disagree. I just think that with what the country was going through and how the whole world was, nobody even wanted to play the game. A lot of the players didn't even want to play. The mind was on what was going on with the assassination of Kennedy and what was going on in Dallas, because tomorrow, 50 years ago, was when Lee Harvey Oswald, everybody thought who was the suspected assassin, was gunned down by Jack Ruby.
Right. Yeah, I know.
And, of course, the Cowboys ended up losing 27-17. And, of course, again, every time they would go on the road, even Dallas, they called them the city of hate. They called them assassins. They called them
Yeah, well, they don't call them.
president's
Yeah,
killers,
see, the
all this
problem
stuff.
is they did that then. They don't do that now. They don't call them that now. You know what I mean? Now they're called Americans team again. So, you know,
But-
they've gone full circle.
Yeah, and you know, I was watching something a few days ago about how some of the Cowboy players from the 63 team, and even Roger Staubach, who was at Navy at the time, met President Kennedy, said that originally the Cowboys kind of became the team that kind of brought the spark back to the city. You know, they went to 2 Super Bowls and won. They were getting better as the late 60s came around. They played Green Bay, and of course the Cowboys and Packers have always been a great rivalry.
Always a great rivalry. Always. Next topic.
Yeah. Anyway, we move to the next one right now. We go to the NFL standings right now, and as you all know, there's a lot at stake here. In the AFC West, as you all know, both the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs are 9-1.
Yeah, that's a. Chargers must be pissed off to be in that division this year. But they're
Or
4
anybody
and
who's
6.
a Raider
So
fan.
yeah, they're 4 and 6. So I mean, they gotta win some games, and they got a tough schedule coming up. The Chargers. I mean, they're playing the back end of their schedule with most of their AFC West against their AFC West. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and Jeff, you know, tomorrow Denver goes to New England. I know we'll be giving out our picks, but I'm going to even say, since I'm a Patriots fan, the pressure is clearly on the New England Patriots. They know very well that if they want to catch both Denver and Kansas City for the number 1 or number 2 seed, they're going to have to step it up and be ready to play.
Well, I think the winner of this game is going to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
In the AFC. The winner of this game is going to be the number 1 seed. And I'd like to see New England win this game, because that means eventually Denver would have to go back to New England again, and that would piss Peyton off, because he said the other day, it seems like I go there all the time and he never comes to me. So that's psychological, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and remember, Peyton Manning has not had one of his best careers against the Patriots. He's done well of late, but he still has had trouble beating New England. Remember, last year, Denver went to New England and lost by 10.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I hope he loses again.
In the AFC South, you've got the Indianapolis Colts. They are 7-3. The Tennessee Titans are 4-6. Houston Texans, who I had as a favorite to win the AFC South, they are 2-8. And of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-9.
1-9. That's beautiful, huh? 1-9. Are they the only team with 1 win?
They are the only team with 1 win, so every team has 1 in the NFL.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Are you surprised, Jeff, that Andrew Luck and the Colts are doing well?
Well, they're not doing as well as they did last year, are they?
Well, last year they made it, but they made it as a AFC wildcard team only to lose to Baltimore. Andrew, it seems like the Colts have said, you know what? We had to get rid of a future Hall of Famer and Peyton Manning. We got to move on without him, and now they draft Andrew Luck, and the Colts here they are, 7-3, playing very good football right now.
They are, aren't they?
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens because he's lost some of his peeps, so we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the Colts are 5-2 in the conference, and they're 3-0 against the division, and why not? Because the AFC South with Tennessee, Houston, and Jacksonville, they're useless.
They're useless?
Yeah, I don't see anybody who can catch the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts pretty much have the AFC South division wrapped up.
Well, they're 7-3. You know. Tennessee. Yeah, you know what? I happen to agree with you because Tennessee and Houston both stink. There's no way Jacksonville's going to do it.
It's like, I have to say, hey, Kenny, welcome, buddy. I would say that this has been the year of surprises for the NFL because I had Houston, I had Denver, but Kansas City can still win this thing. There's a lot of new surprises in the NFL this year.
A lot of new surprises in the NFL. Yeah, right.
Yeah, just like in the AFC North, you got your dark horse team, the Bengals. They're 7-4.
Yeah, they're winning that division by 2 games, man. Over
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cleveland, all 4-6.
Well,
all
when I
4
changed
and
my
6.
profile picture today on Facebook,
Yeah,
Wes
yeah.
saying, yeah,
Yeah. I seen
Wes
it.
always says, watch out for the Steelers.
Yeah, I seen it, dude. You gotta stop taking selfies. Okay? You gotta stop taking selfies. And then you look down and it looks like you got 6 chins. Stop taking selfies. Or look up. I told you. Stop taking selfies, man.
Pittsburgh, of course, is 4-6. Cleveland is 4-6, and Baltimore is 4-6.
Yeah, I said that. I said that. The selfies are doing you damage, doing you harm more than good. They're harming you more than they're doing you good. Stop taking the selfies. Have your mom just take the picture for you, will you?
Okay.
You don't see me taking any selfies, do you? Or you know what?
No.
You want to take a selfie? Go stand in the mirror and snap it in the freaking mirror, will you? Don't take those selfies like that. Your arm is stretched out. You're looking down. It looks like you got 14,000 chins, man. Don't do that. If you're going to take a selfie, look up. Do it up in the air. So you're going to force yourself to look up. So it only looks like you got 1 chin. Stretch that neck out. Don't stick it in. It look like you got 16 chins. Why do you think I got a goatee, man? It hides all that stuff. Selfie boy. Where's Dr. Myth when you need him, selfie boy?
And next one in the AFC East we get to the New England Patriots, who
It's
know
your
very
team.
well that tomorrow night's game is huge. They're 7-3. The New York Jets sit at 5-5. The Miami Dolphins, they're 5-5, and the Buffalo Bills are 4-7.
Oh, you want to know something? If the freaking if the playoffs would end today, the Jets or Miami would be the wild card team. One of those, because Kansas City's got the other wild card. One of those 2 teams would be the wild card. Can you believe that at 5-5? Hello?
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
freaking nuts. If it was to end today, you got Kansas City in the wild card, Denver winning the AFC West, Indy winning the AFC South, Cincy winning the AFC North, New England winning the AFC East, and say the Jets going in as the other wild card at 5-5. Holy freaking! Because the Jets and Miami haven't played each other yet. They still got 2 games between each other.
Yeah, and that's going to be big, too, when you think about it, when the Dolphins and the Jets play, or the Jets and Dolphins, because both teams know what's at stake.
Oh, yeah.
If they want to get in as a wild card. I don't see them even catching the Patriots. New England's just too tough in that division.
Well, that's crazy. Well, I'll tell you something. If the Patriots lose tomorrow night and the Jets and Miami win, you got a problem.
Absolutely,
problem.
Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about it, New England would only be up 1 game over both the Jets and Miami. So
Correct.
I'm saying tomorrow night's game, either way, is a must-win game for the New England
Yes,
Patriots.
if New England loses tomorrow night and the Jets and or Miami win, New England's only up by 1 game, kiddo. And when was the last time New England lost 2 games in a row? Plus, they're 5-0 at home this year.
I think the last time, Jeff, if I remember correctly, had to be 2009 or 2008. Remember, in 08 was when Brady broke his knee and he was out for the year, and then 09, New England got in as a wild card and, of course, played one of their worst games, the Brady-Belichick era against Baltimore.
So they don't lose 2 in a row often, do they?
No, they don't.
Especially losing a game. They won't, I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row. But we'll see what happens.
Well, when you look at this matchup between New England and Denver, okay, the Patriots are 5-0 and Denver's 3-1 on the road. So New England knows, look, we have nothing to lose. We're undefeated. We haven't even lost a game at home. But remember, this could be, if these two, a potential playoff preview, and I think everybody wants that. Remember, last year Baltimore spoiled things because everybody wanted to see the Patriots play the Broncos last year because of the Brady-Manning rivalry.
Well, you got Kansas City and San Diego playing each other, and that game is going to be over before the New England-Denver game. So Denver's going to know what it's going to need to do before they even start. If Kansas City wins and Denver loses, that's interesting in itself right there.
Yeah, and it's also some pressure on the Broncos, too, because they know that Kansas City is right behind them. They play tomorrow night, as we all know, and then after that, Denver goes to Kansas City December 1st.
Right, which is next week, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, it is.
This is the last week in this is the last Sunday of the month, because tomorrow's the 24th, and then next week is December 1st.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and apparently we all know about the history between Tom Brady against Peyton Manning, or Peyton Manning against Tom Brady. 2 of the future Hall of Famers, 2 of the best. Brady has 3 Super Bowls, and of course Peyton Manning has 1. And I expect to see a lot of offense tomorrow night when I watch the game.
Well, we'll see what happens, because that Patriots offense is a little messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That Patriots offense is a little messed up, and their defense and their secondary is not that well. So who knows what it could. If I am New England, when I have the ball, I keep Peyton off as long as possible. I run and 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 I pass and I run and I run and I run and I pass and I run and I run and I pass and I pass and I run, and and to make them short passes so you don't get a lot of yards, so you can just let the clock keep going and you keep Peyton off. If I'm Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, that's it. You got to establish the running game, so then it'll open up the pass game so you can make those drop passes, get those short yards. Always stay out of your 3 and 8, your 3 and 6. Be like 3 and 1, 3 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And just let the clock go and go and go and go. This way, if you make the short passes and you get it and the guy goes down, the clock's just going to keep ticking. It's not like an incomplete pass and the clock's going to stop. The only way the clock's going to stop is if there's a penalty. So, come on. You know what I'm saying? That's what New England has to do. That's the best strategy against Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and if you are the New England Patriots, not only that, you need to make sure your defense is ready to go and put a lot of pressure on Peyton Manning. Broncos have to do the same thing to keep Tom Brady off the field. So you know very well that the offense on either side are going to be trying to do whatever they can to keep the other opposition off the field.
With Peyton, because he's going to be doing so many things at the line of scrimmage, he actually what he does is he tries to get you to give him an inkling on what you're going to do. So if you can wait before you're going to do a corner blitz and not show it off before he figures out it's coming, and get him, then you have to get to him. You gotta get to him somehow. He didn't get knocked down last week. You cannot let him do what he did last week. That short drop, the shotgun and not moving back and just throwing those quick passes. He didn't get touched last week. You cannot let that happen this week. He needs to get touched. You got to be bully with him. Go after him. You got to get him. And then you got to bully the outside guys.
Yeah, and if I'm Denver too, I know the pressure's on me if I'm a Bronco fan and on your team, because here's the thing with the Broncos. They know very well that they will need to want to win, or if they lose, they know the pressure will be on them because they go to one of the most hostile places that we haven't seen in a long time, which is Arrowhead Stadium. So expect that. I can't wait until we talk about that next weekend for the NFL Real Talk show. I mean, NFL Real Talk.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Peyton is always unpredictable. Hey, that's my cousin Randy right there.
Hey, Randy, welcome to the show, bud.
That's my cuz right there, the Randy man, the ice cream man.
In the NFC East, we're moving to the NFC now. The NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles, they sit at 6-5. The Dallas Cowboys 5-5.
My division, bitch. Don't mess with it.
The New York Football Giants are 4-6, and the Washington Redskins, they're 3-7. All eyes tomorrow will be on that giant Dallas game tomorrow in MetLife Stadium.
You know,
I can't wait to see
as
how
far
that
as
one
I'm
turns out.
concerned, there's kind of 3 big games, but really only kind of 2, but they're 3. Chicago's playing St. Louis tomorrow. I know we're talking about the Giants, but the NFC East. But really quick, Chicago is playing St. Louis this week, and it's brother against a brother. Did you know that? Brother against a brother. One on the Chicago offensive line, and one on the St. Louis defensive line. It's Howie Long's sons, the Long brothers, playing against each other tomorrow. How about that? Should be very, very interesting to watch. So that's kind of like another big game right there. But back into the NFC East. The Giants will win their 5th game in a row, be 5-6, tied with the Dallas Cowboys for second place, 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're coming, baby. We're coming. Do you know that Herman Edwards said in the game tomorrow between Eli Manning and Tony Romo that he would take Romo over Eli? What is he smoking?
I disagree with Herman Edwards. I agree with you, Jeff. You know where I'm going to go with this. I would take Eli over Romo. Why? Because if you look at Dallas's record, they're 1-4 on the road, and they've lost some heartbreaking games, Detroit and Kansas City, and then San Diego, and then they got thumped against New Orleans. I clearly have to say the pressure is going to be on the Dallas Cowboys to win at MetLife Stadium. If not, they are in a heap of trouble if they lose to the Giants tomorrow.
Giants are going to win their 5th game in a row. I'm telling you, man. And they're going to be 5-6. And they're going to be all up in the Giants. And another thing, Dallas Cowboy fans, if you haven't heard this, the owner of the Cowboys, one Jerry Jones, says that he thinks he's done a great job as the GM of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah? Really? When was the last time you won a Super Bowl, Mr.
Last
GM?
time Dallas won was 1995.
I'm telling you something. Listen, GM or owner of the Cowboys, any other team with a GM that hasn't won a Super Bowl since 1995 would have been fired. The only reason why Jerry Jones, the GM, isn't fired is because Jerry Jones, the owner, won't fire him. But Jerry Jones, the GM, should have been fired a long time ago. Yeah, isn't the NFL kind of, what have you done for me lately? Right? Well, Jerry Jones, the GM, hasn't put together a good enough team to win a Super Bowl since 1995. Any other football team in the NFL, Jerry Jones, the manager, would have been fired. No doubt in my mind.
Of course, that was the year when the Cowboys, of course, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl 30. So it's been a long 18 years since Dallas' last Super Bowl win, and they've only won 1 playoff game under the Romo era. Remember, they had lost, actually, it was 6 straight playoff games after Aikman had retired and Emmitt Smith left and all the coaching moves.
They stink, the Cowboys. They stink.
And Dallas better hope and pray they win. Otherwise, if not, they are in very big trouble.
What land and what universe does Jerry Jones live in? Because obviously he does not live on Earth or in America. Because here in America, any other. And I would love to take a poll of the 31 other NFL GMs. because you can't use the Cowboys. So it makes it 31 teams. 31, I like to poll all the other GMs, all the 31 other GMs in the National Football League, or even the team owners, and ask them, if your GM hasn't won you a Super Bowl in 18 years, does he deserve to still to be the GM of that team?
No.
That's the question. Whether it's Jerry Jones or not, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, and you got to admit one thing before we head on break. I'll mention this real quickly. When Jerry Jones bought the Dallas Cowboys, I've talked with some people who are Cowboy fans. I think I've had some family who are Cowboy fans. They told me what Jerry Jones did to Tom Landry was just an absolute disgrace
joke.
Because he was the Cowboys, Landry was.
I like my cousin saying, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, Jerry Jones is from Uranus. Because you want to, even in any, I would like to take a poll in all of Major League sports and ask any Major League owner in baseball, basketball, football, and hockey, and say, if your GM hasn't won you an NBA championship, an NHL championship, Major League Baseball championship, or an NFL Super Bowl, or whatever the hell, respectively, it is in 18 years, is he still the GM of your team?
That's a good
because
question.
I can almost guarantee you, hold on, we'll get to break. I can almost guarantee you every single team in every single league will say no except for the Dallas Cowboys. I can almost guarantee it. And with that being said, let's go to the update. We only do one of them a show, and here it is. This update is brought to you by Sport Watches Shop. That's right, sportwatchesshop.com. Start your holiday shopping right now. Get your significant other or your relative a watch at sportwatchesshop.com. They got all the top-of-the-line watches there. Head on over and check them out at sportwatchesshop.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the only update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and welcome everybody to NFL Real Talk. We have reached the bottom of the hour. It is 10:31 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 7:31 p.m. on the West. Let's start right now in Major League Baseball. We've got some news coming up. Johnny Peralta is close to a deal to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. That's one of the big deals. As you all know, yesterday the news came in that David Freese has agreed to be traded. He will be going to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And of course, the New York Mets have got outfielder Young to help their team out, but the Mets have got more moves to make. The New York Yankees have found themselves a new catcher. That would be Brian McCann. He agreed to a 5-year, $100 million contract today, so that deal is all closed and done. Alex Rodriguez says that he's still frustrated, and the drama continues between him and Bud Selig about this 211-game suspension that he will be serving. Another possible deal that could happen is the Dodgers might trade Kemp for CC Sabathia, so it looks like the Yankees might be breaking up more of their team, and they're not even sure if they're going to get Robinson Cano back. The Boston Red Sox, on the other hand, they have not added another piece to their bullpen for the defending World Series champions. They are still waiting to hear back from Jacoby Ellsbury, Mike Napoli, Salta Lamacchia, and a bunch of other players as the Red Sox trying to keep their team together and on the path of repeating for next year. In the NHL, let's get you caught up on what went on today in the National Hockey League. The St. Louis Blues, they lead 6-1 over the Dallas Stars in the third period with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks over the Phoenix Coyotes right now with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left. 4-2, Ducks. The Chicago Blackhawks at the Vancouver Canucks, that game is scoreless at 0-0. Colorado Avalanche at the Los Angeles Kings, this is the late game. Another late game that we have coming up, the New Jersey Devils taking on the San Jose Sharks. Finals today from the National Hockey League, the Boston Bruins. David Krejci got the game-winning goal for the Boston Bruins. They take it 3-2. Bruins have been playing red hot as well for hockey. The Minnesota Wild in a shootout. They take the game by a score of 3-2 over the Winnipeg Jets. In a shootout, the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Washington Capitals 2-1. The Montreal Canadiens take the game 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ottawa Senators over the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 4-2. Philadelphia Flyers take the game 5-2 against the New York Islanders. And the last game, the New York Rangers take the game over the Nashville Predators by a score of 2-0. So those are the games for the National Hockey League. As we go into the NBA, here's what we got right now. The Charlotte Bobcats taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Right now, the Charlotte Bobcats just blowing them out by a score of 94-67. The Cleveland Cavaliers at the San Antonio Spurs, and the Spurs very well on their way to another victory, 120-86 right now, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Denver Nuggets taking on the Dallas Mavericks right now after 3 quarters. It is 73-67. The late game coming up tonight, it will be the Portland Trailblazers at the Golden State Warriors. Other games we got coming up right now, that went final today. The Clippers take the game 103-102 over the Sacramento Kings. The Indiana Pacers over the Philadelphia 76ers by a score of 106-98. The Washington Wizards, they prevail over the New York Knicks by a score of 98-89. The Boston Celtics ended their 6-game losing streak as they prevailed by a score of 94-87. The Miami Heat, they pull it out with LeBron James hitting the game-winning jumper. They take it 101-99. They have won 6 straight games. Houston Rockets at the Minnesota Timberwolves at home, and the Houston Rockets hosting them, and they prevail 112-101. We move into the NFL as the last part of the update. As you all know, we have one final, and that was from Thursday night. The New Orleans Saints, they take the game against the Atlanta Falcons 17-13. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Detroit Lions. Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. San Diego Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chicago Bears at the St. Louis Rams. Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. The New York Jets at the Baltimore Ravens. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. Tennessee Titans at the Oakland Raiders. Indianapolis Colts at the Arizona Cardinals. And the other game on Fox, which will be big, it'll be the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. Sunday Night Football on NBC, it'll be the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots. And Monday Night Football on ESPN, it'll be the San Francisco 49ers against the Washington Redskins. For NFL Real Talk, I'm Sean Mann. Back to the host of Sports World Radio and NFL Real Talk, Jeff Escow.
Welcome back to the show. That update was brought to you by SportWatchesShop.com. For all your great watches, start your holiday shopping right now at SportWatchesShop.com. That's SportWatchesShop.com. All right, what do you say we get into our second half of the show where we make our picks for Week 12? Can you believe it's Week freaking 12 already, dude?
It starts off slow and it goes off really, and then it really picks up.
And we're just waiting for our good friend Gio to come on in, who will join us to make our picks with us. Hopefully he'll answer his freaking phone. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and do it ourselves. It ain't no big deal. He can't hear the show, so he might not be right next to his Skype listening to the show right now, but he should see it. Sean, you're still sitting in first place, my friend. How about that?
Yeah, I'm still sitting in first place, but Ebo's right on my tail.
Yeah,
And
Ebo's
so are
right.
you.
Yeah, Ebo, you and Ebo are actually tied for first place with 104 points. And then there he is. Hey, Gio.
Hello.
Hey, Gio.
Hello.
How's it going, bud?
Not bad.
And then me, Gio, and Kenny C are tied for third place with 99 points. You still can't.
Renegade is still sticking in there.
Yeah, Renegade's still sticking. You still can't hear the show, can you, Gio?
I can hear everybody.
Oh no, I know, but when you're listening to the show, you can't hear it, can you?
No, I still can't hear it.
Still can't hear it. You're not. See, somebody else came to me and said you know Emma? Remember Emma?
Yeah.
Emma said she couldn't hear the show either on Spreaker.
Yeah.
So I sent her over to Sports World Radio, and she was able to hear it fine over there.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, really weird, huh? You can't even hear the playbacks or nothing, can you?
No, I can't hear it. I can't hear anything on that. No shows or anything I can still hear.
On Spreaker, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, there's got to be a setting somewhere.
And I think Kenny C. Jeff turned on his Skype if you would like to
Did
bring
he?
him in.
Did the son of a bitch turn his Skype on?
Yeah, Kenny did. I asked if he wants in, but I did see his Skype turn on. He probably does want in.
Well, let's see if we can add that rat bastard to the show as well. How you doing there, Mr. Gio? Is it cold out there?
Huh?
Is it cold out there? Yeah, there he is. Okay, let's add that son of a bitch. Oh, Ebo? Is Ebo on? No, Ebo's not on, so we're not getting Ebo, but we'll bring in Kenny. Let's bring in that son of a bitch. Cold out there, right, buddy?
Oh, it's getting colder now.
Yeah, I know. That Super Bowl is going to be fantabulous, ain't it? Yeah, that cold-ass Super Bowl is going to be great.
The host of Chillin' with
Okay,
Jeff and Kenny C.
before
and
we
Triple
get
Threat Wrestling Radio.
Before we get started, hey, thanks for the callback, Kenny.
You're welcome, man.
What? You're welcome. You're welcome.
What did you say?
I said thanks for calling me back for the show.
Oh, damn.
You did the interview. You said, okay, the interview's coming in. Normally I hang up so you can hear her and get everything so it's all right, and then you call me back after the interview. I'm sitting here waiting, nothing. I'm like, son of a bitch never called me back to finish the show.
That's my fault, man. I mean, we just went out of time, man. I'm
How
sorry.
about that, Gio? No Skype, no Skype message saying, "Hey Jeff, sorry, dude, but we're still doing the interview at the end of the show. Screw you." None of that, nothing. Just nothing. It's just, I'll talk to you later.
Sorry, man. Damn.
Unbelievable. That's pretty funny, man. I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna try that with you on Monday when we get somebody to call in. Too bad we don't have nobody calling in on Monday. I thought that was pretty funny, though. I'm sitting there waiting. I'm looking at the clock. Okay, it's 4:15. Okay, it's 10:00. Okay, it's 5:00. Well, fuck them. You don't want to call me back? Screw them. Hey,
Kenny, since you're here, I just wanted to ask you real quickly, who dat? You got to be really happy with the way the Saints are playing.
Yes, I am happy. The Saints are now 9-2, second best record of the NFC.
Did you get to see the game?
Got a tough game coming up against Seattle at their field. It's going to be interesting. Saints do struggle on the road, and they have struggled against good defensive teams, but I'm confident that they'll make it competitive, and we'll see how that goes.
Did you get to see
Carolina Panthers? They're not to be sleep at.
Did you get to see the game Thursday night?
Yeah, I did watch it. It was I thought it was going to be a close game, and it was. So, but that they pulled through with the victory. It's hard to watch Atlanta just fall apart the way they have with the injuries, etc. But hey, Saints are doing pretty well, and I say if it weren't for Andy Reid, Sean Payton probably would be coach of the year, considering that he is coming off of a year-long suspension.
Everybody,
it seems like every time, though, Kenny and Jeff and Gio, when you watch the Saints play the Falcons, it seems like every time they play, it always is a close game between both teams whenever I watch them play.
Do I have to?
They're close. A lot of the games, it's like always 7 points or less when they play against each other.
Did everybody get the point for that game on Thursday night?
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Here,
Obviously.
I did too.
So everybody's still a couple of points behind this rat bastard, huh?
Jeff, I assume you got the point correct for New Orleans and Atlanta.
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? You think I'm picking freaking Atlanta to win? What are you, crazy? Is that better,
Yeah,
Gio?
and I could see the Falcons getting rid of their coach after this year. What a disappointing
Nah,
year.
Mike Smith ain't going nowhere. This is nothing more than a bad season because of the injuries. Smith will be back next season. It's
Hey,
just
I'm sure. I'm sure. Whatchamacallit wanted to come back this season and play this team. Tony Gonzalez.
yeah, it's unfortunate for him. This is his last season. He's retiring regardless, and it's devastating that his career is going to end like this.
Yeah, he should have stayed out and not came back. All right, what do you say we get to the game and the picks? You guys ready? Gio, you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
First game we got, it'll be Wes's Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Cleveland Browns, and these are two teams at 4-6, still in contention for the wild card.
Okay, who you picking, Sean?
This was a tough choice, but I'm gonna, I am gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game.
Kenny.
I'm going to pick Pittsburgh.
And Mr. Gio.
Steelers.
Everybody's picking the Steelers. I really want to pick Cleveland. I've seen a lot of guys taking Cleveland. I really want to do it, but I don't have the balls. I'm taking Pittsburgh in this game. Next game we got Detroit hosting Tampa Bay. Sean.
Well, the Buccaneers, of course, are going up to Detroit, and, the Buccaneers have really struggled this year on the road. I see the Detroit Lions prevailing in this game. They're really amazing, 6-4.
Kenny.
Right with Chicago.
Kenny.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
And Gio.
Detroit.
Yeah, I thought everybody was going to take Detroit in this game, too. Tampa Bay's got a couple of wins, but debacle of what happened last week to them, they're going to win this week. Next,
all right, Jeff, real quickly, I was going to ask you all, are you all surprised to see Detroit tied with Chicago for first place? I don't remember the last time seeing Detroit up there tied. They were always dead last in their division.
Well, I happen to think if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt, it wouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
As
Kenny,
far as I'm concerned, with the injuries of not just Rodgers but Cutler, there should be no excuse for Detroit to take advantage of this opportunity to get some ground, get that lead, before they get back from their injuries.
And it seems like they got a pretty easy game this week, Chicago too. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Gio, real quickly, your thoughts on the Lions?
Yeah, I'm completely surprised though. Didn't they? Was it last year that they were winning a lot of games, or a couple years ago they were winning a lot of games?
It was a few years ago. I remember they went to the playoffs and lost against Kenny C's New Orleans Saints, but they finally turned it around. Especially 5 years ago, they were the team that had never won a game. They were the 0-16 Lions.
There you go. All right, next game we got Green Bay hosting Minnesota. Kenny. Let's go with Kenny.
Usually I ponder the thought, but not on this one. I'm going to pick Minnesota.
Sean.
I was going to go with Green Bay, but I have decided to switch my pick to Minnesota. The Packers are hurting without Rodgers.
Gio.
Green Bay.
You're taking Green Bay?
Yep.
Ooh. I'm taking Minnesota. I think Green Bay's done. I mean, they got a third or fourth string quarterback backing for Green Bay. But even though they got Matthews coming back, it ain't going to make a hill of beans.
Ever since the Packers lost Aaron Rodgers, it has hurt them.
Oh, yeah. They're done. They're finished. Next game, we got Kansas City's hosting San Diego. Sean.
I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs in this game.
Gio.
Kansas City.
And Kenny.
I'm picking the Chiefs.
See, I want to pick San Diego, and I haven't picked. But I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose 2 in a row, especially this one being at home. So I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. I'm switching my pick.
Good pick, because the Chiefs have not lost all year at home. They have been very tough.
Well, they've only lost one game, and it was last week at Denver, you rat bastard.
Yeah, I watched that, too, when I was at the airport.
I'm sure you did. Next game we got coming up is the Long brothers, Howie Long's sons. One on Chicago offensive line, one on the defensive line of St. Louis. Should be an interesting ball game. Sean, who are you picking?
The Long Bowl, I guess is what you would call it. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears in this one.
Kenny.
I got to say, that McCown dude is looking impressive, man. I like what I'm seeing of him. That being said, I'm picking the Bears.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bears as well. Gio?
The Bears.
Yeah, so it's a Bears clean sweep on this one. Next game we got going, Miami's hosting Carolina. Interesting ball game. Sean, who you picking?
Oh, boy.
Stop
You
smoking
know,
the
the
peace
Carolina
pipe over there,
Panthers
Gio.
were able to hold off New England. It's going to be tough going into Miami. I got to go with the Panthers. I would say by a field goal in this one.
What are you, smoking dope? Go ahead, Gio.
Well, Miami's fighting hard for the one of the AFC wildcard spots.
Go ahead, Gio.
Carolina, I picked.
Panthers. Okay, Kenny?
I'm gonna pick the Panthers. I just think the Dolphins just not fully recover from the Incognito and Martin situation. So Panthers should take advantage of this.
I think Carolina Panthers spank the Miami Dolphins. Carolina's defense is just going to spank their offense of Miami, and Carolina's offense is going to spank the defense of Miami. I think Carolina is just going to rip them apart. I'm picking Carolina as well. Baltimore hosting the Jets. Sean.
You know, I'm going to go with an upset special. I'm going to say that the Jets will go in there and beat Baltimore.
Wow, picking an upset special. I like that. Kenny.
So you're going to pick Geno Smith over a Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco.
Baltimore
I'll take
does
my
not
chances with Flacco.
What were you going to say, Sean?
I was going to say Baltimore doesn't look impressive this year. You know that when they lost Ray Lewis in a lot of pieces, it was going to hurt them, and look where they're at now.
It's Geno Smith. Have you not seen him turn the ball over a lot lately? I'll go with Flacco.
I've seen that, but I think the Jets will be able to pull this one off just barely tomorrow.
Wow. And Kenny, you're taking Baltimore. Gio?
I originally had picked the Jets, but I switched to Baltimore.
You're taking Baltimore. And hey, this is where we all get a point on Mr. freaking Jet Boy over there.
I'm a Patriot fan.
Yeah, well, you're picking the Jets in this game, ain't you?
Actually, correction, I just switched my pick to
jeez,
Baltimore.
criminy, man.
Flip-flop. Come on, man.
You can't catch
This
your
is what
brain,
we call-
can
Right
you?
after the show, and then right after the show, we'll put him back to the Jets.
Kenny, that's all your fault for talking him into doing that. We all had a freaking point on him, and you had him reverse it. Thanks a lot.
That wasn't my intent.
That wasn't my intent. Well, that's what happened. Thanks, Kenny. You're 0 for 2 today. You know that, buddy?
Who are you picking, Jeff? Between the Jets and Ravens.
I'm taking Baltimore. There's no way I'm taking Geno Smith. You see how much he turns the ball over for Jiminy Cricket's sakes?
I'm glad I must have had too much Pepsi. That's why I had to go start switching to Baltimore.
No, this is the pick you made 2 weeks ago before you went on vacation. I bet you.
Oh yeah, I was
yeah.
fiddling around with it.
Yeah.
At least that was a cool.
Uh-huh.
That's why we call it pick'em. You can
Yeah.
make your swapping of
Well,
picks.
hey, Sean, don't forget to switch back to the Jets later on tonight.
I'll wake up in the wee hours of the night. Everybody goes to bed. Oh, Sean, switch
There
to the
you go.
Jets.
Beautiful. Perfect. All right, next game we got Houston's hosting Jacksonville. Sean.
Oh, that's easy. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. I have always disliked Jacksonville Jaguars.
Gio.
Houston Texans.
Kenny.
I want to pick Jacksonville considering Houston is on a 6 or 7 game losing streak, but Houston, where's the pride, man? I'm picking the Texans.
And I can't pick Jacksonville. It's against my religion.
What?
Yeah. I
Well,
can't
Jeff
pick
has
him,
always
so-
been against Maurice
Yeah.
Jones-Drew.
I cannot pick him. I don't think in the last 4 years we've been doing this, I've ever picked him once.
You've always gone against
Yeah, always.
Jacksonville,
I
Jeff.
don't think
can
I've
always
ever
remember
picked
that
him
from the
once.
5 years that we've been doing shows together.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever picked him once, so I'm going with Houston in this game. Next game we got is Tennessee's flying over to Oakland to play the Raiders. Sean.
Well, this is kind of a tough one. I'll probably go with, I'm going to go with Tennessee because Oakland, I picked them against Philadelphia, and look what happened a few weeks ago.
Kenny.
I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Ooh, he's picking
The Raiders, Kenny, what?
Yes.
The Raiders in the black hole.
I just don't like what I see in Jake Locklear or whoever is the quarterback these days. So
They don't
I'm
know
just leaving
either.
it at that.
They don't know either. Gio.
I'm going to pick Oakland A rare showing. I'm picking back to Tennessee.
Who are you taking? Tennessee?
No, I'm taking Oakland.
He's taking Oakland.
Oh, you're trying to pull me there, Gio.
I'm gonna pull a sheet. I'm gonna pull a short after the show.
I'm taking the Raiders as well.
Oh, that's great.
I'm taking the Raiders as well. All right. So next game we got Arizona's hosting Indianapolis. Sean.
That's easy. Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck is on fire.
Gio.
Colts.
Kenny.
Colts.
I'm taking the Colts as well. Okay, here comes my game. New York Giants hosting the Dallas.
Week. We know the Sunday night one is, but this one's going to be great, and I'm telling you, I'm going with the Giants because Dallas has got problems on the road, and Romo can't get it done.
Damn it. You sure about that?
Hey, man, your Giants are playing pretty well, and Dallas isn't playing the best right now. They're 1-4 on the road.
Kenny, who you picking?
You know what? Screw it. I'm picking the Cowboys.
What? What are you picking Dallas for?
He knows.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
Oh my Lord, Gio. Go ahead,
Eli's
Kenny.
going to go back to his old ways. Trust me, man. He's going to go back to intercept. He's going to go back to interception, Eli.
Who's
man.
gonna? I hate
that. Dallas is 1-4 on the road.
Kenny, who's gonna pressure him? The defense sucks. Everybody's hurt.
I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances.
Gio.
I think Giants.
Yeah, it's against my religion to pick against the Giants, so I have to take them. So I'm taking the Giants in this game. Giants are going to win their 5th game in a row. They're going to be tied with the Cowboys, and they're going to be 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles. There you go. Sunday night game. Denver flying over to New England. Peyton Manning against Tom Brady. It's the Sunday night game. Mr. New England Patriot Sean, who you picking?
Well, we all know it's going to be the New England Patriots, and I'm expecting this to be a high-scoring game.
Well, we'll see about that.
Gonna pick Denver, man.
Gio.
In Foxborough,
Denver.
Kenny.
I picked Denver.
Gio, you're taking Denver too?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are just trying to do this to get at the Patriot fan, me.
Wow. Kenny, go
I
ahead.
mean, he's not going up against Indianapolis Peyton. You're going up against Denver Peyton. He's had a very good year, and I expect for it to continue.
Jeff, who are you taking between Denver and New England?
I'm taking the Pats.
Hey, there you go.
I'm taking the Pats because they're at home, and the Pats haven't lost 2 in a row in 3-4 years.
Get ready for Foxborough to be fired up tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I hope it's really cold because Peyton Manning don't like the cold. That's why I don't know why he went to Denver, and it doesn't bother Tom Brady one bit. So there you go. Hey, the final game, the Monday night game. San Francisco flying into Washington to play the Redskins. The Washington Redskins. Sean, who you picking?
The San Francisco 49ers. Sorry, pink sheet boy.
Kenny.
I'm going to pick the 49ers as well.
And Gio.
49ers.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers as well in the Monday night game. All right, tiebreaker number 1. Give us a score between the 49ers and Washington. Sean.
In this game, I'm going to go San Francisco 31, Redskins 10.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Gio?
San Francisco 17, Redskins 14.
Oof. Kenny?
San Francisco 23, Washington 13.
I got San Francisco 25. San Francisco 27, Washington 25. Next tiebreaker for tiebreaker number 1 is Denver, New England. Sean.
Told you this is going to be a high-scoring game. Tom Brady throws a game-winning touchdown. Patriots take it 45-41.
Wow. Oh, my Jiminy Crickets.
You think they're going to do that just like they did to the Saints? No way.
No, come on. You remember what they did against the Saints, and I was thinking of you the whole time there, Kenny.
I remember. And they got screwed by the refs, so I feel better. Now
Kenny.
they know how I feel. The tuck rule, now the touchdown that didn't happen.
Kenny, what score you got?
Denver 33, New England 28.
Ooh, Gio.
Denver 42, New England 14.
my gosh.
Holy
Oh, so you're
cannoli.
saying Denver's going to go in there and blow? Oh, my God.
Wow, holy cannoli. Wow.
Jeez.
I got Denver 35, New England 38.
Ooh, I told you, high-scoring game. That's what's going to be, Kenny.
I got a close one. Okay, tiebreaker number. Okay, Kenny, what were you gonna say?
Go ahead.
Tiebreaker number 2. Which team's gonna score the most points this week? Kenny?
I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers over a pathetic Redskins defense.
Wow. Gio,
I have Kansas City.
you have Kansas City. Sean?
New England Patriots.
And I had New Orleans. I guess that kind of sucked. They scored 17. Thanks a lot, bitches.
They won. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but they didn't score the most points this week because everybody else is going to blow 17 out of the freaking water. Who's going to score the fewest points this week? Kenny?
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay.
Ooh. Gio?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville? Sean?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. And I got Miami.
Pick the Dolphins.
I got Miami scoring the least points this week. Hey, guys, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Get ready for Brady to
Yeah.
dominate, Kenny.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
No, right after the show, make sure you switch all you do. You pick.
That's right. That's right.
Sean will make more
Tell him.
picks and more moves.
Tell him. Tell him. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys. Have a good one.
There we go. Hey, well, we got to get the flock out of here ourselves. We'll be back for Monday's edition of Sports World Radio. Until then, my friends, remember, that is Sean Mann. I am Jeff Escal. You only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. Have a great football Sunday. We will see you on Monday. Later.
Peace.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon?